course, you could have run into the issue of having a much poorer support matchup in the lane than you did. So I feel like FPX really need to utilize how much pressure this bot lane matchup should be able to squeeze out here. Yeah. Soul Furnace. Hey, that 15 HP could mount. Yeah. Like right now.
Maybe right now as we go for the dive. Decimating Smash actually he's done it too. Sheer flashes away. Shun could be in trouble, but he goes untargetable and all will flash away with less than 100 HP.
How OP are Biscuits? How OP are Biscuits and Invulnerability? I think Care. Well, he's got Tway in his back pocket.
There he goes. Hey, just the Q. From missing is all it took to force Scare Splash. They're actually looking for more. On to Jouet. He has the flash. Bailout should time out in just a little bit. Not going to be enough to pick up that kill. And so missing will secure number 2.
Early game for FPX so far. Shun is going to walk straight into Shadow and Care though.
Alright, well, this is why you maybe pick that Jin Zhao into the Fury, especially early on. The 1v1s work great as we see here. Shadow getting a solo kill and making his way right over to the Dragon where he was perfectly placed after that.
Okay, so Care might not have had his assist stamped on that kill, you know?
Yeah, that's an unofficial assist.
It's like an unofficial assist. He was there to raise morale of make a play onto Ale. He has no flash. Oh, Ala's dead.
Here we go.
Good night,
Ala comes out as Care biding his time, combining his crowd control with shears, and that'll be Shadow with the Crescent Guard picking up
been able to
first.
Find a kill play for himself. He's going to pick up 2 camps, so we'll equalize out some of that Death Sales. A really good trade. Oh,
Way with the handshake might have just led us into his doom. There goes the
bailout,
bailout, but it will be enough.
Pays.
That's the 2v2 going to a Jouet.
Just
Jouet throws out the handshake. That's enough to make Shin go back over the wall. And Shadow says, hey, thanks to the leash. That's Dragon number 2 over to FPX. Luck lesson, now the punish could potentially come in. Shadow will force Flash away from the Wind Becomes Lightning as Ala uses that escape. Care on the way as well. Shadow still unrelenting, and there goes the Unraveled Earth. That's kill number 5 to FunPlus Phoenix.
Yeah, and kill number 3 to Shadow. Doing a lot of work here. I mean, he's been involved in every kind of FPX wide kill. As hold on.
The trade though. Oh, what an engage from missing. Will it be enough combined with the damage of Shun? He's a little bit low on mana, but will be able to find it with the help of Pays on the Gatling gun. That's a shutdown going towards Shadow as JDG get a crucial one back. Shadow dashes forward. Shun on the way. Could be a 50-50. It is actually stolen away by JDG and Shun. Will it be enough to try and win the fight though, as Sheer comes in with the unstoppable onslaught, is very beefy on this front line, but the poke from Ala is good as well. Now Scout getting potentially caught out, gets barely away from the handshake. Now Sheer in a bad spot as well, getting stunned up by missing, should go down, and JDG find themselves a big win.
Yeah, I mean, great fight for JDG. Able to just pick apart a very, very messy fight where FPX, it feels like they're not quite sure what direction to go in, who they want to focus. Target eventually ends up being Scout, but so much mobility between the Flash and the Ghost. It's not an easy target. As let's see, does Missing have his driver's license? This is a pretty easy curve. Oh,
Pass.
good pass.
However, Shadow is here to potentially match him. The tower is going to go down. Meanwhile, what is going on over here? We get a potential bid for the Dragon, and it's secured by Shun, who gets it instead, but Assume just sends all the rents.
General actually swung the gold a lot. Oh, yeah.
They were just hiding in the bush. Now Ala, he can't sidestep that. He'll go down, and Shun stuck in a bad position potentially, but the rest of JDG is still here. Scout doing a lot of damage, but is running the wrong way. He's gonna get eaten up by a turret shot, and Sheer picks up the shutdown. Weaver's Wall comes out. FPX winning a big fight in the bottom lane. That is 4 kills to their name. In the right way for JDG, but FPX able to collapse on it.
Take the Dragon kind of happily, getting to Soul Point uncontested. Does feel quite nice. The only issue is going to be the XP, because they're about to gain almost a full level. You'll see it on the left-hand side of the screen. I say maximum in level, yes, but they can chunk out more with the AP that he's going to surely acquire. This game goes on as Shadow.
Dashes in. Wow! Missing just gets one shot there by Shadow and co. Care doing a big chunk of it with the seismic shove, but big rocket from Pays. It chucks FPX down a bit as well.
They have an
Scouts
idea.
in
I
the
think
wings.
they have an
Don't
idea.
know
They're
if they
looking.
know he's there just yet. Oh, the flash handshake goes wide, and that means Scout's able to survive for just a little bit longer. He got the bailout potentially to save him. Assume gets the kill, and that's.
I haven't really seen FaZe utilize these items so far. I think that's more because of just how JDG have been fighting. It's not really a slight on him.
Oh, missing. Gets face check there, and Sheer combines with everybody on his team to pick up another kill for FPX, and now they have a numbers advantage for potential Dragon Soul fight, but they don't want just the Soul. They could potentially want more. They're going to try to clear this mid wave out and go right back to the pit. They want to take things a little bit slower. However, be careful though, as Scout is pushing on this bottom lane tier 2.
Yeah. Are they just going to leave him there? Full bluff. Let it go over. I mean, this Dragon's gone. JDG will not be securing this one. Now they might find Scout.
Okay, Scout looks like he's going to take the tower basically on his own. The blast cone goes over the wall, and that's Shun just getting killed instantly. Alla's next up. It's a double kill for Assume. Teleport comes in. They're looking for FaZe now, and Care is going to cut him right off. Already the flash been forced. He gets the Valk away to safety, and that's Baron now on the eyes of FPX.
And they've got Ocean Soul to boot too, so they're going to heal up as they do this one. Scout, he's on a bit of a flank. I don't think it's enough to really stop this FPX play from happening. Just going to take away this red buff, sneak that one over, but I feel like the bounty of FPX is a little bit more valuable. JDG doing what they can to strip away some. Yeah. Now, it is important to add that despite all of the kind of big deaths that JDG have had, the gold being even at the minute is very corresponding with like the items in inventory right now for JDG. So game is far from over, but you know, you're dealing with Ocean Soul, dealing with a Jace with a Scion rather, who you just have to feel is gonna kind of be unkillable now with this Ocean Soul.
Yeah.
How do you kill that guy?
You see the Lord Doms in the works potentially for FaZe, although we're not there just yet. Just the last Whisper completed. The Corky does a lot of damage, but at least at this point, not a ton to shear. As gone for a more AD focused build instead of the crit. Meanwhile, Shun, he goes in on a Care with the ultimate, flashes away. Not another proc available just yet. Care should be going down, but look at the overload on the bot side that FPX is trying to make JDG match and pay for. They get that bot lane tier 2, and with the last bits of their Baron empowered recalls, will head most likely back to base. We're missing, and Scout are going to try to cut them off here. There's a level 18 rise now. He's very, very strong with the double. Here comes missing. The back storm only finds one. Shadow dashes forward. Comes another knock up here, and it will be missing. Going down. Now the target is Scout. JDG are separated. It's FunPlus Phoenix gonna flash forward in onto Scout. The rise is down. The bailout will barely not save Assume, but here comes JDG, and it's Shun leading the charge, and FaZe doing a boatload of damage. What the hell happened? FPX are wiped.
FPX are wiped.
They'll be able to have an empowered smite almost if they're able to coordinate it properly. JDG want to prevent that from happening. They're going to come in from FPX territory, from the red side jungle, but already that Dragon, I should say, the Elder at half HP, it's getting bursted down. It's just going to get secured as it looks like JDG just pulled away from...
Not happening. So
they're up in gold, by the way. Yeah. JDG are up in gold. Don't feel like fighting for the Elder or the Baron.
They'll be down now, but...
Yeah.
I don't know, like I don't really know what to say. It's like the spirit of the Rise Doimby hack has inhibited all of, not inhibited, it's like possessed all of JDG to make sure that they're like CS'd up. Like, well played to them. A lot of credit has to be given for staying even in gold despite all of these massive macro wins that FPX have managed to find in terms of the objectives. But double Uber buffs.
Yeah,
and Ocean.
Redemption to heal up too. Weaver's wall comes out. Scout's in a big load of trouble. Has to go gold in early, but will be matched here by Sheer. He's forced to flash away. Will stay alive with the tier 2 towers at half HP. FPX, if they can potentially take this tower down, could lead to what could be a game.
Around, you see every single previous iteration.
They're gonna have to dig deep and look for all those ancestors right now. Predecessors, I think is a better word. They're down pretty hard. Baron's up for another 30 seconds. There'll be one more wave to try to get their second inhibitor. They're pushing on multiple fronts right now. Nicely synced up by FPX on this push.
They are. Maybe walk in and break this one down. A little bit of brute forcing. They're gonna get that done. Oh!
Wow, Shadow, a very aggressive flash on a scout. And here comes Missing with the Magnus Storm to try and re-engage. Crescent Guard doing a lot. Another knockup lands in on the scout, but there's not enough follow-up just yet. Seismic Shove is dodged away from by Shun. Here comes that ultimate here from Jway. It only finds Missing, but that's enough for the inhibitor in the mid lane to go down as the Baron buff expires here for JDG. They'll make their way now down towards the bot tier 3. They want to try to suffocate JDG in their own base. Knockup lands onto Ala. Assume trying to lay the spears down. He gets revived by the Guardian Angel. Will it be enough here for FPX to try to win this fight? Shadow also gets procced by his GA, but it will maybe not matter. Missing's already dead. Knockup lands in. That's the crowd control chain onto Scout, but he is very tanky with the Seraph Shield. Will be forced to go golden. Finally will fall. Sheer is massive on the front line, and nobody can take the Scion down. Man. That is another 4 kills going over here for FPX as soon as Shun goes down. Only Pays is left alive, and it looks like FPX are going to try to continue their miracle run here in Split 2. They're going to get a win over JDG.
Game 1 is going to go to FPX, and I'll be damned, it was a fairly clean game. They've got to do it one more time. One more time, and their splits look pretty damn impressive so far. I suppose where all of the action should be taking place is this mid-jungle 2v2. Yeah. Lilia and Yone on one side, Pantheon Azir on the other. There's a lot of playmaking potential here.
Will it be the third? Looks like Shadow's walking up aggressively with the smite. You can Q-smite that one away. At least make sure that none of the feats go over, as now engaged here from Jway immediately on a Missing, who is going to get the flash followed up with by Shadow, and the ignite unlocked here for Pays. As look at what happened up here. Okay, no ultimate. Hold on, wait, Karen's going forward. They're not going to trade a kill. I thought that it was going to be a 1 for into the area. Wanted to see a little bit more out of Shadow at this point in the game. He's currently up a camp and has that ultimate, but hasn't really used it just yet. Fight around this dragon would be a good chance to try to show your stuff. The 2-man knockup comes in immediately from Jway. The Fate Sealed finds 2 as Scout wants his revenge, and as he snaps back, he'll find the kill on the Shadow with the Lilting Lullaby, finding 2 more. Pays unlocked now on the Jinx, gets himself a double kill, and JDG punch back.
Nothing more, nothing less. You were just speaking about it, and JDG should get their hands on this one. Oh no.
Shadow smite.
Oh.
Over. Okay, John's got the better hands.
I mean, he got a grass stack, but then he missed the rest of his spells. And now, bigger problem is that Shun's on the way.
Shun.
Oh,
we'll see, he doesn't connect with the heroic charge does. Here comes Shadow though with the Grand Starfall. Sheer suddenly is left alive and left to fire on his own devices. Karen comes in with over as well. Beautifully predicts the flash and will get himself another kill in this game.
Yo, Care. Sheer shoved in. Really good stuff from FPX, and the goal really remains quite close, and Scout might be looking to keep it even closer. He's got flash on top of the ult. But
Wait, kind of trying to bide his time a little bit. Nice snap back to cancel the crowd control of the Pulverize, but it's not going to matter as Jway with the unbreakable will.
Pantheon does feel a bit out of place. Hello!
Immediate flash in on a Pays. Is the Jinx going to be dead? No. There's the peel that we were hoping to see from JDG. It's Shun and Missing doing the duties this time around. Lilting Lullaby finds 2 as JDG are going to be able to get that tower and also take down Assume.
Right, using the minion there. As we don't have time for that replay.
I don't have time for that, yeah. Sheer, he just gonna auto him to death. I don't know how he got so far.
Shit, that's one thing that the Gnar can, you know, kind of do. It's not match Yone, but it's definitely kind of keep him at bay for a little while. But once you kind of hit that 3,
Come on. Just be careful. No reason to get too crazy here. Wait for the rest of his team to show up. Try to just burst down this tower, and it looks like they'll be able to do so successfully.
Missing a little bit of like combine AP, because for the life of me, I cannot remember what AP they decided to sit and give.
One of these neutral objectives, assume it's still very far away. But JDG going to try to force the issue, start up this Otacon.
Does have the ultimate assumed to join. Sheer is in the top lane. He will take this tier 2. Are they just going to accept this trade? I mean, Dway is basic, so...
Okay.
700 gold onto Sheer for, guys.
Wait. Oh no, not a Los Ratones moment. Oh no.
No, they're
Scout.
pinging, they're pinging. Hold on, not a Los Ratones moment. Did I miss something?
There was a scrim set that happened, and then Kedro like sat him down at the boot camp and started screaming at him. I think. Or
Made advantages now. Sheer.
The advantage right now is
Sheer
Sheer.
and Shadow. Scout.
For FPX. They're looking for Scout.
Scout should be dead.
Nice block, yep, away from the Fate Seal. That should be all the escape tools that he has, except for the Q3. He's going to be followed here by Sheer. Should be able to secure this kill. Shadow used the ultimate over the wall. Don't know how necessary that was. Scout's now just trying to buy time for his... For them. Go to the Baron.
It's 2-man.
No vision.
Yeah, this is problematic. Dway wants to check. There's the blue
It
wall.
goes down too quick because there's just 2 people.
Oh, I've just noticed something.
What is it? Yep, jungler's bot. He's fallen behind a little bit as the scaling from JDG really has come online. They're going to try to look for Dway. He's going to find a knock up here on it, missing in response. Has the unbreakable will, so will live for a while. Who will the keeper's verdict find? Looking for a carry, instead gets canceled. That'll be back up maybe in a little bit. Here comes that Grand Starfall. It's going to be Shadow going in, maybe a little bit too far forward. There's the Empowered E. They try to lock down Pays. The Jinx must die in order for JDG to lose this fight, but they will survive. And FPX is fallen by the wayside. Sheer lands an R ultimate, but it is far too late. And Pays will live. It is a clean ace for JDG, and they're barreling straight down mid with Baron in their hands.
1-1. Series will be equalized by Jingdong Gaming. And despite a pretty bright opening for FPX, in what ended up being a pretty low-kill game, but one that felt like there was always weirdly action, JDG will hit the Nexus, blow it up, and bring us...
That would be a tough time for Care, and I feel like if you can shut down a champion that is very weak in the early game like this, that could be a vital strategy, especially considering...
Very close. Very close.
Oh, no. Here they go on to Care. Grand Entrance does not connect. Deadly Flourish does, despite the Rift Walk. Can be followed by a flash from Shun. There lands the stun with the Permafrost. Care should be able to jump for the wall. You can land that final blow. Missing flashes over. There's the Grand Entrance, and it should be first blood picked up here for Shun.
All right.
Weird scaling champions, the Kale, the Cassidon, the Smolders, the Aesels, like... You can never count him out. And speaking of counting him out, might have to count out Sheer's days here as he's getting collapsed upon by Ala and Shun. And with that call to Meek, it'll be the first kill going towards the Croc.
24-hour mark, yeah.
We're approaching, I think, right now. So we're powering through. I apologize if I've just been like speaking incoherent sentences for the last game or so. But we've been it's been good.
It's all good. Yeah, like the game's been fun.
International competition of having a champion where you maybe want to do something proactively and not being able to do so just yet. And that's another turret. That's a turret picked up.
Play is being made here.
Yeah, looks like the target is Ala, as he is taking a lot of damage with Dominus, and nobody's really here by his side. There's the ultimate from Shadow, and he will pick himself up a shutdown. Care dying on the other side as well. It is plays going opposite sides for JDG and FPX.
Yeah, there won't be an opportunity to smite away that Peril by the seams of things. JDG, they pick up this whole tier 2, I think. We've got the Void Mites as well to just delay those minions from dying. So 700 gold split between Missing Shun and Scout. It's going to be about 230, 250 for Scout. Decent little chunk of change.
Okay, Shadow. Here we go. Here we go, Shadow.
You can't.
There's a teleport. It's gonna be Ala. Collapsed upon. Doesn't get hit there with Vault Breaker and slices
this is
dices
on the
away.
way. Shun is on the way.
3,000 HP.
He's
And we should be able to secure the objective. There we go, Shadow. Claps for Shadow. It's going to cost Sheer potentially his life, but at least we got an objective here for FPX. He actually is able to survive a little bit longer with the Flash Pathmaker, but there comes Missing, and there's Pays picking up his first kill of the game.
There's a lot of, peel around this Victor as well. Think about Sejuani, Khan. These tools can also, of course, be used to engage and turn things around, so Scout is going to be extra safe. He's got the Rower as well as Shadow.
In trouble. Oh, the first shot of the curtain call takes him down.
Man.
Care was unable to body block that one. Looking for more. The 4-shot does not connect, and Care will be able to rift block out to safety. Jue essentially looking for an engage. Pop Blossom finds one. This is a really nicely timed bullet time as well from Assume. And Care is going to pick that one up. Yeah, JDG are trying to hold for a potential fight. They're waiting for Ala to get in, pop that Dominus, and try to rip apart FPX here on the flank. Here comes the fight. Care rift blocks forward. He gets eaten up by that Glacial Prison, and here comes Ala, knocking him down potentially, but no, Care will survive until Ala flashes in, but he might have gone a little bit too far forward. The Pop Blossom comes out. FPX have gone 2 for 2 in the fight so far, and Assume is still alive on the Misfortune. Shadow dashing forward,
he's
trying to lock down Shun. There comes Sheer onto Pays. Can he do enough? No! It's the Jin who locks him down with a final crit, and JDG have the numbers advantage, and FPX is running the wrong way.
Man, that fight was so much closer than maybe it should have been.
What
Shadow!
a flash over the wall! He's gonna pick something up, and Shadow's going for Shun. It's gonna be a one-way trip, and with nothing down in response, that's an ace. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh man,
Not that we think that would have necessarily been the difference in this. Okay. Well, hey, that's a nice play, nice find. Potentially a Scout goes just a little bit too far forward, maybe a lot of bit too far forward here. It's gonna be matched here by spotting each other behind the rest of the fight. Might come back down to a 50-50 as Care. Rift walks over the wall. The target immediately is Scout. He pops the gravity well down. But look, it's Jue down instantaneously as now the Otacon could become the target. He resets just a little bit as Assume and Shadow. They're going to go for it. It's Shadow. He's reigned supreme. He secures the smite and will head right back to base. But now Ala is looking for the flank as well. It'll just be the false slice claim, but that could be enough for JDG to start up the Baron. Care. Once again, level 16. This is one of his signature pocket picks. Can he do enough to help FPX pull off the upset? Look at the flank. It's going to be Missing, getting caught out by Shadow, and the bullet time from Assume finishes the job. Now it is a 4v5. Shun's at half HP. The Dragon's getting started off. Shadow still looking for more. Onto the Dragon they look. Ala has the Dominus pop. Assume has to be careful as that Bloodthirster shield could get melted down pretty quickly. Onto the Dragon still. There's Shun. He gets knocked up. Pop Blossom gets secured. And that's a big shutdown going towards Shadow. FPX are back, baby.
Can they get more? That's the big question. And I think they're just going to be...
Red. But alas, it is still off the rest of the team to retreat, and with that being successful, it means that Care kind of gets himself that tier 2 turret for free. JDG's going to try to respond by taking this inhibitor in the mid lane. Care's headed back to base, but he might be a little bit too late.
Yeah, gonna lose mid lane inhibitor tower up. Shadow's on the flank. We need a. Oh no, that's Nico. Nico's on the flank. It's arguably a bit scarier. For. Now all of a sudden, JDG maybe in a bad spot. They locked down Pays. Pays is down. It's 1K in the back pocket of Care, and they're still looking for more. That's a double kill for the Kassadin. He will pop the Zanyas and likely go down. But now the rest of FPX can still try to win this fight. All is literally 1v4, and he somehow comes out with a kill before he finally gets chased down by Shadow and the rest of FunPlus Phoenix. And now here comes Scout. He doesn't have the ult. His Care now level 18 has to rip walk away to make sure he does not get caught up by the Croc and the Dragon. Gonna get tickled here by both squads. Nobody wants to fully commit to it just yet. We know it could come down to a smite fight. In comes the bullet time. It's bursting down that Dragon. Who's gonna get it this time? It's Shun who has it over Shadow. And now FPX have to run away with what the Shadow can do. Shadow. His potential flank on the Vi.
He's hunting.
Shadow mate.
Who does he use the Vault Breaker on? It's on to Pace. Does his team have enough follow-up? Not just yet if they land only the stun.
do now!
But there comes Care, and Pace falls once again. Scout the next target. He's going to have to run underneath this turret. It's a double kill. In for the Kassadin, and he's hungry for more. He wants Scout. Won't find it just yet. One more Rift Walk will do. It's a triple kill for Care. He will fall to the turret, but it does not matter as now Ale is the target. He will fall. Assume gets the kill. That's 4 down for FPX as they go to the Baron.
It's a 4-for-1 for FPX. They can't end the game in a 36-minute game, but they can definitely get the Baron. Maybe that'll give them the edge that they need here. Baron goes down. There was no smite. Nope. Not gonna accept it.
Now, wants to go in a little bit more recklessly. It should be all right. Now, target are these turrets. Mid lane tier 1 finally taken down 37.5 minutes in. JDG, when do they decide to pull the trigger? Looks like instead it might be Shadow forcing the initiative. Shun's already very low, missing, popping the quickness in onto just the Vi, and the crits will at least proc that GA. Arcane Storm raining down. They want to make sure they don't give up resets. Here comes Dwight. There's the bullet time. FPX have done it again. Any contender in the LPL beware, because FunPlus Phoenix, they're coming for you, man. It's 3 down. Only the Soul Laners are alive with Baron up for 75 seconds.
Coming into this game, JDG hadn't even dropped a single game, let alone a series, in 3. And FPX at 1-4 have rocked up and shaken their split so far. Ala's been pushed to the side. They're rushing into the Nexus towers.
Scout's got to try to clear this wave up, but the Nexus tower is already under fire. No, that should potentially do it. All out. One last ditch effort. The Guardian Angels pop. Onto the Nexus they go. FPX take the series over JDG.
What a well-deserved result. They were down 4,000.